Hello and welcome to Work to Game. My name's Brian, and if you're already a subscriber here, what's up, Workforce? Today we're talking about the patch 5.3 special site that just went live. And in this, we're going to go over the images. We're going to talk about what's coming and what we know about 5.3. Obviously, the release date being August the 11th. So if you are on a break from the game right now and you're looking to return with this, you know, we have the date and we're ready to rock and roll. I'm going to give my impressions, my thoughts of the sites, the images, things like that. Typical 5.3 live site stuff. But as always, I'm very curious as to your thoughts, what you're excited looking for in the comments below. Now, as we go into this, some of this does allude to story beat elements. So if you're not caught all the way up to patch 5.3, let me just go ahead and summarize real quick for you what we know, what is coming, and then that way you're not going to sit here and when we start talking about the story, maybe some screenshots that are in this site, in this video, I don't want to ruin it for you. So we'll get your information first, then we'll dive into the site, kind of go through it, give my reaction in case you want to stay somewhat, safe from spoilers, because and then get on the story. Like go. You're gonna get it. You're gonna crush it. So anyway, so coming with 5.3, new main scenario quests. That's a given. New dungeon, the Hero's Gauntlet. A new trial. A new alliance raid, the Hordak Apocalypse. The Puppets Bunker. Chronicles of New Era, the Sorrow of Werlit. Then you have Faux Hollows, which is the Amphitheater, Unreal. This is the kind of the bringing back an old trial at the hardest, at the current level, which is exciting. Can't wait to see that in reality. New custom deliveries, Beast Tribe Quest, Dwarves, Save the Queen, Unforgiven, Unforgotten, new Battlefield, Boshan Southern Front. Then you have Ishgardian Restoration updates, Sky Steel Tool updates, A Realm Reborn area improvements. That's the flying on that. Then you have Trial Synthesis, New Game Plus updates, Sundry Splinters, and more. So that's your information. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully we'll see you in more videos. Get back to the game, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it. And so anyway, I'll see you hopefully in my next video. But let's now go into the site. Let's dive into and kind of give my, at least introspection, my thoughts about some of the artworks and the images, and obviously a little bit more detail about what to expect with the story. And so it begins here with obviously the main, image, the artwork for this patch. And holy crap, like, it's just, the first thing is obviously I'm drawn right into this area right under his chin, the light of the crystal casting then light up onto the face of the Crystal Exarch, and you can kind of see just how beautifully drawn, both illustrated and just colored and painted this image itself is. But it kind of goes from there. You can see him, he's got his crystal hand, his hand there under the logo itself. Let me see if I can move that a little bit. The crystals there is floating, but from there, now this is just me being me, right? You see kind of the Echo, and the Echo is kind of a key central figure to the story since the beginning in 1.0. But if you look very closely, you see him kind of echoing out with this kind of faded, just expanded from himself. And when we get into it, I'm wondering, obviously, as these artworks tend to go, if this is something, alluding to something bigger. Maybe we'll finally get some, these final mysteries revealed. And I'm trying not to set that expectation in case we don't. This should be concluding the Shadowbringers story, so to speak. That's how it's worked in the past. And then the question is this also going to conclude the Zodiac and Hydaelyn? I have a lot of expectations. I have a lot of hope. I have a lot, I'm trying to also keep that in check so that if all of a sudden, now we've got to wait till 5.4, there's like, if the mystery continues on just a little bit longer, that's okay. But I do have that expectation, and hopefully that doesn't end up working against me in my experience with 5.3. I do have a lot of expectation with this patch. And then it's just such a beautiful thing. So obviously the story, and it's talking about new story as part of the main scenario. As twilight shadows deepen, what manner of fate will the crystal's glow reveal? And then as we dive into here, we can see Artbert and we can see Elidibus, and they're just kind of, doing their thing right here, just kind of staring blankly, soullessly into the camera as they smile somewhat. Like, Elidibus smiling a little bit bigger, Artbert not so much, but I think Elidibus essentially, and geez Louise, I probably should go watch a cutscene. It's been a long time. I think we were talking about this on stream just yesterday. Like, what really happened in 5.2? So I think that's something I need to check off my list. Maybe we'll put a video I haven't done it previously on on Final Fantasy XIV in a while, so maybe look forward to that. We can kind of get caught back up on what happened in the what's been building and what's been going forward in here. So anyway, Reflections of Crystal, having confirmed their suspicions that the resurrected Ardbert is none other than Elidibus. Thank you very much, text. The Scions endeavor to shed light upon the Ascians' dark plot. But time is against them, for the hour of their departure or demise fast approaches. So yeah, Elidibus, Ardbert, he's resurrected Ardbert in this case, and yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. I don't like that. Like, it really kind of is like Ardbert is such this interesting character that we've seen, especially because in my mind, he's also the character as a part of the trailers. So there's that connection that we've seen. We've seen him as the Dark Knight. We've obviously it's also supposed to represent the Warrior of Light in some of that cases, but I'll probably have to go talk with all the lore people, just make sure that I'm caught up and how I have all my who represents who in line. Anyway, patch 5.3 is also getting the new dungeon, the Hero's Gauntlet. It is said that the hero's path is fraught with danger, and these worlds that will ring truer as the whole of Norvant becomes a battlefield across which the Warriors of Darkness must fight their way. And if we take a look here, this is just incredibly gorgeous, and you can see one of the just massive strengths that Square Enix has brought to the design of Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. You have the light over here, and then you contrasting, you have the darkness. And it looks like essentially that these things are coming together as a part of the Hero's Gauntlet. You also have the high fantasy setting. You got bridges that are broken. You got a bridge of flowers that are moving there. In the background, you got the Crystal Tower. Over here, it looks like you got the Star Shower that's going off in the darkness in that case. And then it gives me just that high fantasy vibe. But also just this kind of, for me, alludes to something bigger, something coming. Now, in this case, my first thought that pops into my mind right now is her outfit. It's like, okay, yeah, definitely definitely interesting. My eyes are definitely drawn to her figure in this case. Very attractive lady. We'll go ahead and leave it at that. And then, yeah, you can see here, you got the Dark Knight. Looks like this is obviously the trial, the dungeon. So it looks like we're fighting with the Oracle. Not fighting the Oracle, but like from a trust system perspective, it's got our team here fighting this. I don't know. I wouldn't expect this to be the final boss of it. I think it's probably just a boss within there, but we'll have to wait and see. Can't wait to find out more about that. And then, wow, okay, so first thing mine's drawn to here, two things that catch my eye immediately. It looks like we have the Armoro masks, the masks from all of the different why am I drawing a blank on them, from the people down in the ocean, and then you have this right here with just the body piece right here with that blood, but you also see it here, I guess, here on for the I can't tell which is the tank and which isn't. I love that though, like the crown and their head being blocked out. Like, I wonder if that's going to work for Ronso. We don't see a Ronso or there is a Viera here, so the masks definitely work with the Viera. And yeah, that's just, I wonder if that's the Ronso. Cover your face, lion. Anyway, just wow. I think this is a really awesome looking set of gear. That this is tied to the dungeon. I like here within these characters, you kind of see the glowing crystal somewhat baked into the armor itself. Then you've got kind of this blood, cutout there, and then over here, just it looks really kick-ass and cool. I like it a lot. Yeah, we'll just stick with the armor up, people. I'm like, man, it's been forever. I'm going to have to go, even if not for video, I'm going to have to go just refresh my memory, like how 5 months is like, wait a minute. What is going on with the story? We're getting a mystery trial. A fearsome new foe has presented. The immeasurable might shall arise and test the warriors of darkness as they've never been tested before. The reason it's hidden is because it's got a narrative story beat to the overall game itself. And yeah, that's exciting. Then also the Chronicles of New Era, the Sorrow of Warlit. This is the uneasy alliance forged between Gaius Balsar has paved the way to victory over the Ruby weapon, and armed with knowledge of the location of the outpost whence it came, the time has come to confront the Empire and bring a swift end to the diabolical new weapon project. Now the question is that will we actually have this as a trial? I was talking with Larry Czar about this, and in the past, they kind of have a story beat with the 5.3 because the trial ends up being more focused on the story narrative. like we saw, like you know, with Shadow Stormblood, Shadow Stormblood, whatever. But now in this case, we've got the new, you know, the Sapphire weapon, which was alluded to. So maybe, you know, this is maybe story, but maybe we'll also get that as a fight. I'm really looking forward to that itself, and because especially this looks kick-ass and cool. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And then obviously the last part of, they got the various media and different images that we've seen so far. That's what we've seen, because like, and then after what we covered at the beginning of this, which is the summary of it. Guys, what are you most excited about with 5.3? What you see here is we're not getting the expanded exploratory zones. We're not getting all those other things, because those are going to come with the half patch 5.35. That will probably come out maybe sometime in September or early October. And then from there, we could expect 5.4, in my mind, probably sometime in December, August, November. Sorry, I don't even know my months anymore. August, September, October, November, yeah, December. So maybe we'll be able to actually get also fetch 5.4 this year, which will be really cool, because Christmas could be a lot of fun playing some Final Fantasy XIV, especially with the story and more as that builds up with the raid scene, etc. So that could be pretty cool. That's it for this video. Hopefully you found it at least somewhat entertaining as I stumbled through some of the words and trying to remember everything about that's been going on in the game for the last almost half a year. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you feel like helping us out with the algorithm, be sure to hit that like button. If you're new here and you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, and if you feel like we've earned it, please hit the subscribe button. And if you do, let me know in the comments below so I can welcome you officially. Outside of that, I'm going to go over and be playing some Final Fantasy XIV today on Twitch, and then I'm going to be doing a collab with Benny from Comic Storian, doing some Destiny 2. So I got a nice little afternoon, kind of plan lined up for today. So hopefully you guys come and hang out as we push for partner on Twitch. Appreciate the love, the support, and you watching this video. You are amazing, and I love you. But until next time, I'll see you soon. Take care.